Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a narration of a message that I received. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I am a woman who is married to a man whom a lot of people consider to be a rich blesser. So this is the way that I met up with the men that I am staying with. So I used to work for this other Indian family as their maid, and they didn't pay me a lot of money. So the woman that I was working for had her own son, but her son was a crippled man who used to stay in his wheelchair 24/7. So that woman one day called me and she said that she wanted me to get married to her son, but I refused. So the day that I refused, that was the day that I almost became like her enemy. She started to mistreat me. Then there was this other day when I was walking back from work. So I was really confused and stressed, and I didn't know what to do anymore because I kept on asking myself a lot of questions. I said, if I stop working for this woman, what am I going to do? So whilst I was walking back to the location where I was staying at that time, that was when I nearly got hit. That was when I nearly got run over by this other car. So the man who was driving that car, he got out of his car, then he started to insult me. And the way that he was speaking, I recognized that this man, he was also from Zim like me, and this man kept on insulting me. And I said that I was really sorry, but the reason as to why I had just crossed the street without even checking twice, it was because I was under a lot of stress. This man, he then felt sorry for me after he had heard that I was also from Zim. The man then parked his car by the side of the road. He came to where I was and he said, "Are you not hurt?" And I said, "No, I am not hurt." He then said, "Okay, get into the car so that I can take you back to the location where you are staying." So I got into his car, which was a very beautiful car. It was the first time ever being in such a nice car. And then he drove me back to the location where I was staying. So me and this man, we had a conversation. I told him all the challenges that I was experiencing at work and the challenges of being in a country where you are undocumented. So this man, he felt so sorry for me. We exchanged our phone numbers. This man, he started talking to me, and I was also falling in love with him. This man then said that he wanted to invite me to his place. So we then went to his place the day that I went to sleep over at his place, and I saw that the place, it was really nice. This man had a lot of cars that were parked, some of them that he did not even use at all the times, and I immediately fell in love with this man. So me and this guy, we then made love, and the following morning I woke up and I told myself that there is no way that I am going back to that Indian woman. I'm just going to lie to this man that I have been fired, because I had found my perfect opportunity to be married to a man that was as wealthy as he is. So the following day, when I was supposed to go to work, I pretended as if I had fallen asleep and did not hear the alarm. So when I woke up, I pretended as if I was in a rush. I then rushed to the bathroom, and as I was bathing, I then received a phone call, which was a fake phone call. I then pretended as if I was really sad. He asked me whom was I speaking to over the phone, and I told him that it was my madam boss, who was quite angry at me and who had told me that I should stop coming to her place because she had fired me. And I then pretended as if I wanted to cry. This man then asked me, and he said, "Okay, how much were you earning at that place? How much was that Indian woman paying you each and every month?" I then said that this woman, she was only paying me 1,800 rands, and then over the weekends there are some people that I go and wash their clothes, then they give me some money. So that is the money that I use to buy some food and help myself to pay the rentals. So when I told him that I was only getting paid 1,800 rands a month as a maid, this man, he then laughed and he said, "Do you know that 1,800 rands, that is not even enough for me to fill up a tank of one of my cars. And when he told me that he wanted me to stay with him, and he said it is far much better for me to pay you so that you can just stay here not doing anything. And when he said that, do you want to stay here with me so that you can become my wife? I said, yes, of course, I want to become your wife. So when I started to stay with this man, I did what any woman who loves her husband will do. I wanted to give him a child, but me and him, we stayed for a very long time. And this man, he was unable to impregnate me. So I thought that maybe I was the one who had a problem. I then went to this other white garment prophet. I was then given some other prayers that I was supposed to use, but those prayers did not even work at all. So I said, is it me? Is it my husband? What is really going on? So I kept on trying and trying, buying a lot of medicines and using a lot of herbs to clean my womb, but still I could not fall pregnant for him. Then there was this other time when I spoke with him. I sat with him down and I said that I want to confess to you that when I started staying with you, I had this other family implant that I had, and without your knowledge, I went to the hospital and I removed that family plan implant that I had because I wanted to give you a child for everything good that you have done for me, for taking care of my mom and my relatives. So I wanted to give you a child. This man, he just remained quiet. Then I said, but I have been trying to give you a child. So I don't know if it is me that has a problem or what is going on. So this man then said that he had a story that he wanted to share with me, but he kept on telling me that one day I am going to tell you, one day I'm going to tell you, until he sat with me one day and he said, as you can see me, you can see that I have a lot of money. When I came here to South Africa, things were not the way that they are right now. I used to be poor. I used to struggle even more than the struggles that you were facing the time that I met you. But I then went and I did some money making rituals, and all the money that I have right now, it is a result of all the money making rituals that I did. So I don't know if you will be willing to help me out. This man then told me that when he went to that shrine and when he did that covenant with the traditional healer, it was said that in his life he will never be able to have a child because he sacrificed his own body, he sacrificed his own seed. This man then said, since you have said that you want to give me a child, you are so desperate to give me a child, there is only one condition in which I can have a child. I don't know if you will be willing to do that. So I then asked him, and at first he did not want to tell me, but I kept on pressurizing him and giving him a lot of pressure, you know, as women, the way that we are, until he agreed and he told me that for you to fall pregnant for me, what needs to be done is that, you see, like now you are on your period, you need to take your used pad, your sanitary pad, then you need to eat like your sanitary pad, like eating your own blood. And if you do that, then we will break some of the rules of the covenant, and then you will be able to fall pregnant. So that is what I did, my brother. And at that time, I then got up from the bed and I removed the sanitary pad. Then I started to eat the sanitary pad that had fresh blood that was on it. Then this man said, I can see that indeed you are in love with me. I can see that you are willing to do anything for me. So I then fell pregnant. After I had fallen pregnant, and then I had a miscarriage, and my husband told me that even though I was bleeding, you know, after having a miscarriage, you have this heavy bleeding, but my husband said, you need to keep on eating your sanitary pads so that you will be able to fall pregnant again for me. So I did that until I had fallen pregnant for my husband, and I then gave him a child. So this is my own story, my brother. This is what I had to do so that I can give my blesser a child. Yo, dear listeners, right there was a narration of a message that was sent to me by our dear sister right there. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. Yo, just imagine, can we call this true love, or is this the love of money? This woman is saying that my blesser told me to eat my own period blood so that I can give him a child. Yo,